In today's video, we're going to be going over my animals and which ones are going to be staying and which ones are going to be leaving the farm. First up, this is Zoe, and she is a 3-year-old Nigerian Dwarf mix. And yes, she should not be eating that hay next to the hoop, but I can't really do anything to stop her. But she will be leaving today, actually. She will be cold, and she just is not the best, so she will unfortunately go to the auction, and I really hope God will help me find her future owners, but we'll see what happens. She has a condition called carpal hypertension, which means her carpal joints go too far back, so when she gets older, she's going to probably need help walking. And then she also has a giant tit, which I cannot, or teat, that I cannot make smaller, so she will unfortunately be cold, and that will leave me with only 2 of my original 6 goats. The next girl, this is June. She was actually from the same batch as Zoe. She is a 3-year-old Nigerian Dwarf doe. They're unregistered, so they're obviously not purebred. But June, she will also be leaving the farm this year. I love her so much, but unfortunately she only has half a working udder, and she also prolapsed very bad this year, so she's going to be finding a pet home, which will leave me with only 1 original goat. These 2 will also be leaving the farm this year. This is Winnie and this is Willow. Willow will be leaving the farm because she has extra teats, and that's just not a trait that should be bred. So I'm going to be selling her and June to a pet-only home. And this is Winnie. I absolutely love Winnie so much. And she will also be going to a pet-only home. And she will actually be going to the home with Aladdin. So she was reserved. So she'll also be going to the same home as Aladdin right over there. And also with Seth, a past baby goat. So that is already 4 goats that are leaving. Next up, this is Charlotte. She is the last OG goat of mine that I still have. She is a Nigerian Dwarf goat. She's not purebred, she's unregistered. But she is going to be staying for now. This might change later in the year or next year, but she should be staying. The only problem with her is that she isn't the friendliest, but I'm hoping, and she also can be kind of mean, but I'm hoping once we get rid of June and Zoe and Willow that she'll calm down, because she hates them for some reason. But this is Miss Charlotte. She's so pretty. And let's go ahead and kick it off with these last goats. This girl right here is Jasmine. She was a baby born this year. She's a month and a half, just like Winnie. And she will be staying for now. This could change. I could decide to sell her, but she has 2 teats, and she will stay for now, unless if I decide to swap her out with a registered doe. And same thing for Miss Laney over here. She was June's last baby, and she will also be staying as long as she makes it. And she will be staying with us for hopefully a while if she's good, but she might also get swapped out for a registered goat. And lastly is this little jerk right here. This is Aladdin. He is Jasmine's full brother, and he will be going to a new home, so he will also be sold. He will be going to the same home as Miss Winnie over there. So I'm excited for these goats to hopefully find new homes. And yeah. This is Luna. She is, I believe, a 5-month-old or maybe 4-month-old Nigerian Dwarf doeling who was born this year, and I love her. She is precious, and she should be staying for now. Now, she is probably the one that might change the most, her and Charlotte, because I already have 4 other junior doelings I'm going to be keeping, and none of them are the same age as her, so she might be kind of lonely, but I just love her, so I'll probably keep her for at least a year, and then I'll have to downsize at least probably 1 or 2 of the 5 juniors I'm keeping. And my last 4 females are over here, and all 4 of these females should be staying. This girl right here is Minerva. She is a 1-year-old doeling. That's Jen, a 2-year-old, Hermione, a 2-year-old, and Wilma, a 1-year-old. These 2 will be bred this year, and we'll see what happens. They're my last Adam babies, so I definitely want to at least keep one of them. And this is Jen and Hermione, and I plan to keep these 2 forever until they die. So that's just a note on them. But I said that with June, so it could change. But I think these 4 will probably stay until they die. That's what I'm thinking, but we'll see. I love all 4 of them. And if you want to go more in depth about each animal, you can watch one of my last videos which talk about where you got to meet them, the babies. The goats and the babies, but yeah. There's little Luna again. These are my 3 younger boys. Moose was a baby from this year. Moose will not be staying. He will be finding a pet home once he's been in here for a full week and I banned him and find him a home. And Crescent and Conway. Crescent is my new buck. Conway is his companion. So these guys still should be staying for probably around a year or until Crescent breeds as many ladies as he can. So these 2 will be staying. Moose will be leaving. My last goat is Pickle. She is a 2-year-old or maybe 3-year-old Nigerian Dwarf buck. I absolutely love him. Unfortunately, he does have extra teeth, which means he is going to have to find a new home. And I'm going to fix him so he can hopefully go to a pet home and live the rest of his life there out. And I absolutely love Pickle so much. So yeah, he's so sweet. So that was all of my goats, and you might have noticed one of the goats were missing if you watched my last video, well, one of my last videos. And little baby Wren did unfortunately pass away, which I'm going to make a whole video about that, so she's technically gone, so yeah. But now I'm going to be moving on to our cattle, and it's nighttime right now, almost. So I'm going to be doing these 2 cows in this pen and the calf, because my dad doesn't tell me the plans of what's happening until the night before for the cows. So the cows could completely change. I could tell you who's staying and who's leaving, and can be the complete opposite. I don't know. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the calf. Right here, this is September and her mom, Sunflower, and both of these girls are unfortunately going to be leaving. Sunflower is a 10-year-old Black Angus, and September is a, I believe, 6-year-old Black Angus, and she is my cow. And she's been having a limping problem, both of them have, and she's really old, and my dad doesn't like to keep a cow for more than 10 years. And as you can see with September, she does have a overheating problem, and we've noticed it's been genetic, so her sister 12 and almost all of her offspring of 10 of Sunflower and her sister 12 have all been having hoof problems or overheating problems, unfortunately. So both of these guys are going to go. And their calf back there is May, and I'll talk about her now, or sometime. In this calf right here, this is May. This is actually September's daughter from this year. And September and May are both my cows, so unfortunately, since I'm getting rid of September, I'm going to keep May. And if she does also have this hoof and mouth problem, I will unfortunately be getting rid of her. And I'll probably just buy a whole new line. I'm not sure yet. But yeah. So now we're going to be going over our cattle and seeing who's going to be staying for this year and who's going to be possibly leaving in the next year. So, over here we have Midnight and Sherry. Sherry is due to have a calf next year, so as long as she can keep the calf alive and she has no problems, she will be staying. Over here, this is Midnight. I believe she's a 5-year-old unregistered Black Angus heifer, well, cow. And she should also be staying as long as she has no problems or anything like that. And Sherry, she is like a year old. I think she's almost 2 years old. Yeah, she's like 16 months or something. But she's a registered Black Angus heifer. I think this is Toucan, but same thing. Comet and Toucan, both of them will be leaving. We don't keep males. Over here, that one right there, that is Esther. She is a heifer. She's due in October. If she has any health problems, she will be leaving. She doesn't, she shall be staying. And this is 90, same thing as the others. And that's actually her daughter, Sunny, and we will be keeping her, so she's going to be staying. So majority of the cows in this pasture are going to be staying. The only ones who are going to be leaving are Sunflower and I believe September. This guy right here, this is actually our registered Black Angus bull named John Adams. We don't really question his name. I believe he's 2 years old. I believe he's the same age as Esther. I'm not 100% sure though. I know it says his birthday on the tag, so I could look, but I can't really see it from here. But he's also going to be staying at least for next year, I believe. We might get rid of him since we're planning on keeping some of his calves, so and they'll be ready to be bred in 2 years. But if he jumps the fence or anything like that, he will be leaving as soon as possible. And there he goes. He's not friendly at all. This girl right here is Bluebonnet. She is about a year and a half. She's an unregistered Black Angus heifer from our last bull, George, and her mom is actually Sunflower, and she was Sunflower's last calf born here. and she will be staying for at least next year. But if she does develop the overheating problem or the leg problem that her mom, her aunt, and her sisters have developed, and cousins, she will be leaving the farm. But for now, this pretty girl shall be staying. This girl right here, I can't point. That girl right there, that's Tulip. She's the mom, and she should also be staying. Same thing as the other. She's unregistered. She's about 6 years old, and she will be leaving the farm if she has any health problems or can't give birth to a calf, anything like that. And we already went over her calf toucan. This is Patty. She is our other registered heifer. Technically, her and her half sister Sherry. One of them will be mine. One of them will be my brother's. But Patty should be staying until next year, and hopefully Patty or Sherry, hopefully one of them, hopefully both of them will be good, and we can keep them for a long time until they're too old. But Patty, she's about 16 months, a year and a half, and she shall be also staying with us, and she's due next year, I believe, in April. I believe this is our last cow. This is, the last cow in this pasture. This is Ebony. She is Midnight's calf from last year. Bluebonnet's half-sister. She's from our old bull, George. And same thing as the others. If she's a good mom, she has healthy babies and everything, she should be staying. But until something like that happens, or if her health declines, she will be leaving. And yeah.